Welcome back, everybody. Sheepdog Smokey here. Another multi-video day. This one is as worrying and as upsetting and as angering as the last one I posted. Except this one is more of the same from the Democratic Party. We have a state representative. I don't know what state she's from. I know she's not from mine, and therefore it doesn't matter to me where she's from, just what she's doing. But Representative Tavia Galonski is saying that she plans to travel to The Hague and charge Donald Trump with crimes against humanity for, and I quote, pushing a drug that hasn't been tested for coronavirus patients. Now, I plan to tag Representative Galonski so that I can speak directly to her at this point. You are not a medical doctor. Trump is not pushing a drug. He is repeating what doctors have told him, such as Dr. Anthony Cardillo in Los Angeles, who has stated he has seen patients who are very ill go from very ill to symptom-free in as little as 8 or maybe 12 hours with hydroxychloroquine and zinc. Doctors are saying this works. The malaria belt, which is a very probably high consumer of hydroxychloroquine, is seeing far fewer cases than our other areas that are not prone to malaria. The drug that is meant to treat malaria was not always so, because until malaria arrived on the planet and doctors began reacting to it, responding to it, and developing a treatment, there was no tested treatment. When any new virus or disease is discovered, treatment is not tested and ready for use prior to that. The day that someone says this is a new virus, but we already have a drug that we've approved for its use, is the day that I say shoot me in the head. Because that's the day we know the government has said we engineered this virus, we engineered the cure, and it will ensure that only those we approve will survive. So, Representative Galonski, please cease your inane, blathering idiocy. Accept the fact that medical doctors are saying that hydroxychloroquine, sometimes with and sometimes without other treatments happening at the same time, is showing favorable results. They're not saying it's the only drug that should be used. They're not saying it's perfect. They're not saying it is the tested and approved treatment. They are saying it is showing favorable results. If you show up at the doctor with something they've never treated before, they're not going to tell you, I've never treated this, I don't have a drug, I guess you're screwed. Although under Cuomo's medical care, if you're old and sick, they're going to tell you, you've had a good life, go home. That's how medicine, that's how science works. When you're faced with something you cannot explain, you investigate, you research, you question it, and then you test responses to it. Doctors are testing hydroxychloroquine. Gretchen Whitmer, who famously said she would sanction medical doctors for prescribing hydroxychloroquine, is now begging for thousands upon thousands of doses to be sent to her state. The person who died did not die from hydroxychloroquine. See, you can't just go to your pharmacy and get it off the shelf. It has to be prescribed to you. In the scenario right now, if it's prescribed to you, you are suffering, and generally in a hospital where it's administered by medical staff. The person who died took chloroquine phosphate, which is an aquarium cleaner. They literally went to a pet store, to the cleaner aisle for aquariums, and said, well, this sounds like the same, it's got the same word in it, I'll just take this. That would be the same as going into Walmart buying toilet cleaner, because it shares one chemical element with a flu vaccine, and saying, well, if I drink this, I won't have the flu. Moronic at absolute best. Just like Representative Galonski saying that she's going to charge Donald Trump with crimes against humanity because he is repeating what medical doctors are saying, and they're saying that this hydroxychloroquine drug is providing favorable results. You know, every time I think the Democratic Party can't get any more idiotic, they proved me wrong. We've gone from impeachment for something they have no evidence for, to railroading career government servants into prison, to storming the home of an extremely old man at pre-dawn hours to take him into custody because, well, the Democrats don't like him, to saying that banning travel from China was xenophobic, to now saying it didn't happen early enough, to now saying, well, he's repeating what doctors are saying. That's a crime against humanity. How many children died from drone strikes that Obama ordered? How many American citizens died because Obama did not close the borders or order a social distancing period or anything else for swine flu? Why is it that Obama ignored H1N1 and thousands died and nobody said a word? But Donald Trump closes off our borders, listens to doctors, and repeats what they're saying when he's asked about it, and now these morons want to charge him with crimes against humanity because they don't like the fact that they've been proven wrong time and time and time again. We're literally seeing an entire political party demanding you go to jail for proving them wrong. If anything should tell you to vote these idiots out of office, it should be a state representative telling you, I don't care what doctors are saying, I want Trump in jail for saying take this drug, when he never said take this drug. For all intents and purposes, Donald Trump is saying, listen to the doctor treating you. If the doctor treating you says this drug has shown favorable results based on your tests, I believe this is the best course of action. Listen to your doctor. Don't look at that doctor and say, Representative, what is her name? Representative Tavia Galonski said Donald Trump is a criminal for recommending it, so I'm not taking it. Don't look at him and say, Representative Waters told me not to take it. Don't listen to morons who've managed to get elected as Democrats. Listen to the doctors. Listen to the doctors that Donald Trump is repeating their words. If Donald Trump was saying that penicillin was useful against this because doctors were saying it, then you would have Democrats saying penicillin is evil. If Donald Trump said there is an outbreak of tetanus, you need to go get a tetanus shot if your doctor says to. They would be telling you tetanus shots are unproven and you should never take one. I've said it before, I'll say it again. Donald Trump could walk across the surface of the reflecting pool straight up to the Lincoln Memorial and give a press conference. The headline the next day is, Donald Trump afraid of water, obviously can't swim. If Donald Trump emerged in 3 days from the White House and said, I have personally and on my own cured all diseases, we now have added 100-year life to everyone on the planet, and I've already distributed into the air, you're all cured. The headline the next day, Donald Trump puts millions of doctors out of work. I've never in my life, or in anything I've studied of history, seen a leader so hated by the press that everything they say is twisted into the most convoluted mess possible to attempt to overthrow them. Until now. The Democrats have tried since Eisenhower to impeach any Republican president that wins. They have failed utterly every time they've tried. Now, they're just trying it again, and they're just more open in their stance of, we have a right to rule. How dare you win the election? In the 1990s, I believe it was 1998, during the Clinton impeachment, Jerry Nadler famously said that they are trying to undo our election. And now he is one of the people leading the charge to undo the 2016 election. Except in 1998, Bill Clinton was impeached for perjury, and he was censured. In 2020, they are still trying to impeach Donald Trump for absolutely nothing. And none of them care that we see it. I've talked long enough. Let me know what you think. As always, be civil. If Representative Galonski shows up in the chat, I will be bluntly honest, but I won't be vulgar. And I will link her to several articles that I have saved where medical doctors, acknowledged experts in their field, are saying hydroxychloroquine is working. And I will probably then ignore her. Please, though, remember to give the video a like and a share so that we expand the conversation on the channel. And please remember to subscribe and turn on notifications so that you are aware of all new content as it posts. And so you're part of the giveaway at 500, 1,000, and 1,500 subscribers. Now that I've said what I would do if Representative Galonski shows up, I probably would send a copy of the Constitution to her office because I think she needs to read it. With all that said, until next time, stay safe, stay smart, stay healthy, stay home if you can, and have a wonderful day.